What's going on, guys? So I wanted to talk today about education, and specifically education in photography. Some of you might know that I went to school for photography. I got an associate's degree in it. Had to take an intro to photography class, advanced photography class, a darkroom class, which we were in the darkroom pretty much the whole time. Then I had to take a portfolio class, which basically in that class we concentrated on one subject throughout the whole semester, and then had to present a portfolio at the end of the semester. Then I had to take digital imaging 1 and digital imaging 2. And also I had to take it was a summer class, and I think it lasted about 4 to 6 weeks. It was studio lighting. So that's basically my background in photography as far as education. Beyond school, I've taken a couple of 2 to 3 workshops, and one of the workshops I took was basically to get an idea of how a workshop was run, because I wanted to start doing some of my own. So the other 2 workshops were basically just for my benefit and understanding certain types of photography more. So that's kind of my background on education in photography. And while I believe you don't need a formal education as far as going to school, I believe it can help. For example, there's probably quite a few photographers in the industry now who have gotten into photography in the last 5, even maybe 10 years, who have no idea who Jerry Ullsman is, Bresson, maybe Ansel Adams, because he's a pretty popular old photographer. But there's quite a few photographers that people don't know who they are, and we're the ones that we're standing on their shoulders. And I think it's important to know the history about the art and craft that you're in, that you're wanting to pursue and you're wanting to do. That's my personal opinion. But anyways, let's get into it. I've got some books here that I believe, if you don't want to go to school and you don't want to spend that type of money, these books, I got 5 of them here, and I believe these right here will help you tremendously in learning the art and craft of photography, and as well as the some of the business side. Because the school I went to, we didn't talk anything about business, and it was very little on studio lighting. Like I said, it was like 4 to 6 weeks, and that was it. So some of this stuff touches on topics that I didn't even learn in school. There's an old saying where you'll invest in what's important to you. You'll put your money in things that are priority. And I believe if photography is really a priority for people, they're going to invest in it. They're going to put their time into it, and understanding and learning the art and craft of it. So without further ado, let's get into it. The first book up here is Photography by Barbara London and John Upton. This is the 6th edition. This is actually a book that we used in school. There's several editions. You can pick these up used from the bookstore for next to nothing, and there's a pretty good bit of information in there. This will teach you the basics. This will teach you the basics about the camera, exposure, lighting, different types of lenses, the shutter, what it does, the aperture, what it does. You'll learn about ISO. While there's quite a bit of stuff that may be irrelevant to what you're wanting to learn, this is This is an older book. This was made whenever film was king, but like, you know, it talks about film and stuff, but you could skip past that if you're not interested. But yeah, there's a section on lighting. But yeah, this is a really good book to get started with, and like I said, you could probably pick this up for you know, under 10 bucks, maybe $5 at the used bookstore or online. And if I find these online, I'll do a little search before I post this video. If I find these online, I'll post links down below, and I'm not going to make any money off of it, but just to help you guys out. Another book. This was published by Zack Arias, and he's been in the industry for quite a while now, and he has his own workshops that he teaches. But he basically took a bunch of questions that people had sent him over the years on online, and he made a book out of it. And like I said, he's been in the industry for a while, and so his answers are legit. He has everything in here from lighting to what kind of gear to buy, buying used versus new, different types of lenses. There's just an array of topics that he covers in this book. Finding your style, marketing and self-promotion, logos. He talks about full frame versus crop sensor. You know, that's been a huge debate over the last several years, and there's just a wide array of topics that he covers, and this book is well worth it. It's 30 bucks new, which that's what I paid for it, but here's an interesting little article that he wrote. Someone sent in a question. I'm trying to build a portfolio. If faced with a catalog of thousands of images, how do you go about making your selections? Where do you start? And he answers that, and he talks about, you know, actually printing out the photos, putting them on a wall, and you know, over time editing through the photos, and you know, coming to the final photos, you know, just by weeding out and culling through the ones that you don't want in your portfolio. You know, believe it or not, there's a huge difference between looking at a print and looking at a digital image online. So actually printing your work is a good way to cull through your work. Pardon me. So another book we have here, the third in line, is Visionmongers by DuChemin. This is a really good book, and I read this rather fast. This has a lot to do with kind of like a philosophical approach to photography and running your business. This is, you know, nothing but his ideas and stuff in here, and like, if you don't know him, look him up on the internet. He has a great YouTube channel, and he's definitely worth following on YouTube, and his books are excellent. But he has topics in here, you know, driven by vision, sustained by passion, the benefits of hobby, what are you good at, am I good enough, know your market, know your craft, make a plan, your first assignment. So yeah, he has topics in here that he covers on contracts, keeping your overhead low, preparing for taxes. So this is an excellent book, and even actually Zack Arias is actually featured in this book as well. But this is a book that I highly recommend as well. Visionmongers. So these last two books, they have more to do with lighting than you know, the basics or the business side of it. This book is Photographing Shadow and Light by Joey L. And he's done a lot of work for famous people, as you can see on the front cover and the back cover. Pardon me, I got a scratchy throat. So in here he covers different things, such as, if I can get to it, he has a section on technique right there. So throughout, there's a lot of writing in these books, where he writes about what he does, but there's also the picture, and there's also the example, and he has it drawn out of how the lighting setup is, which I think is really cool. Right here, so he went to Africa and the Omo Valley and shot a bunch of Africans, and that was a really cool project that he did, and he has the lighting set up for that shot. Just amazing work. Let's see here. There's another one. It's a band shot that he did, and then he has he talks about how he set it up, what he used, where the lights were placed. I should have brought some water. And this last book is another one by Zack Arias, and it's the One Light Field Guide. I don't know if this is still available. I hope it is, but this is an excellent book. It's short, but he talks about finding your exposure. So that's basically exposing for the people. That's exposing for the sky. You bring in a light, and voila, you get that image right there without even having to do any Photoshop work. So that's what off-camera flash can do for you, if that's the look you're going for. Like I said, this is an amazing book. Here is an example, and actually, if I had some questions about this, I posted the other day on Instagram an image of an umbrella closed down, and somebody had asked me, you know, what kind of look does that get? And this is it right here. So there's an umbrella open, and there's an umbrella closed down. There's a look when you get have the umbrella open, and that's the look you have when it's closed down. Basically, it gives your light more direction. It acts more like a softbox, and it can keep the light from hitting the background, and it just gives it a completely different effect. That's why I think the umbrella is the best and most versatile modifier you can use. So yeah, this is another excellent resource if you're learning photography. And here's a bonus. It's not a book, but it is a video, a DVD. If you can get this, scoop it up. It's the Zack Arias One Light Workshop. You may be able to find them on eBay. Don't know if he's still selling them. I doubt it. It's pretty old. He may have re-released them though. But as long as you know exposure, man, this thing is excellent. It'll teach you how to use flash, use one light in many different ways. So yeah, that's what I want to share with you guys. If you have any comments or questions, leave them below. Like, share, subscribe, and I have more videos to come.